Hey y'all, let's get into it. Love is Blind UK Season 2, Episode 1 review. First, before we begin, let's catch up with the Season 1 couples. So good news, Jasmine and Bobby, one of the engaged turned married couples, are still together. They've been married for almost 2 years now, and they're expecting a baby boy this winter of 2025. And they're also going to be reviewing Season 2 of the Love is Blind UK. So check them out on their YouTube page, Jammed with the Johnsons. Nicole and Benai are still together and they're enjoying traveling. And now they're planning another wedding for family members who weren't able to be there before. Remember Steven and Sabrina at the season 1 reunion? They were separated at the time and they decided to divorce because of distance and their communication issues. And they're both now alleged to be currently single. Demi, who was with Ali, is still single. Remember, there were 6 engaged couples, 3 that were married, and 2 that are still currently married. Freddie is now on season 3 of Perfect Match, and seeing currently, thank you again to the Reality Receipts podcast, seeing Jessica Lord, who is comedian Matt Rife's ex. Catherine is now seeing Jake from the Pods. Ali was also on season 3 of Perfect Match, and as we know, he is currently engaged and expecting a baby girl with a D. Tom and Maria, they split before the wedding, and they're both also single. Let's get right into episode 1. Love is Blind UK is hosted by married couple Matt and Emma Willis. This year there are 30 hopefuls and the pods are open. The first date we see Ashley and Billy. Ashley prioritizes her work life, her family, and her friends, and she now wants to focus on her love lives. She said she feels unlucky in love and that she's a cabin crew member, which basically in the UK means that she's a stewardess. She's a flight attendant, basically. Billy, however, is in the army and he is he's in the physical training corps. He was married 5 years ago and he met that woman in the army. And Ashley said that she was part of the Army Cadets, so they have that in common, both of them having a military background. They both bonded about having dogs. Now, on the second date, they both discussed the importance of intimacy. Ashley asks Billy about tattoos, and she doesn't have any. And they both have the military in common. Ashley feels a sexual connection with Billy, even though they're currently dating through the walls. Now we're on their third date. Billy is emotional because he feels like his dad is his hero, and his dad has been sick lately, and that's really been getting to him. Ashley says that her parents have split up, and she had to step up, and she started paying bills at 16. Then we get into the first date with one of my faves, Sophie and Kieran. Sophie treats actually, no, I'm sorry. They are not my favorites. I meant to say Megan and Kieran, and they'll be coming up. Sophie treats first dates like they are job interviews, and she admits to being guarded. She is one of 5 children. She has 4 brothers. And she jokes with Kieran that she wants 2 kids. 2 kids are ideal, but 3 kids are max because she doesn't want to have a big car or an ugly car, as she says. I guess she's talking about the mom minivan. She definitely said she's vibing with Kieran. On the first date with Megan and Kieran, those are my actual faves. Megan says she's a dancer, and Megan is a dancer and a fitness instructor. She loves dancing, jazz, traveling a lot. She wants one biological child, and she is also open to adoption. Kieran is also open to adoption, so they have that in common. On the second date, Kieran and Megan discuss physical intimacy. They both say that they enjoy neck and ear kisses, and that they love to have eye contact, and that they both enjoy cuddling. Enters Patrick. Patrick is a spiritual man. He likes to follow his splenic awareness, which, guys, in English is just his gut, his intuition, and he is dating Yolanda. He has a date with Yolanda, who's 26. He says that he's from London, and he believes in his spiritual alignment and splenic awareness. And she found out to be interesting, even though she had a confused face. He had a quick date with Christine, 35, and yes, and he talked about the splenic awareness and gut feeling again. I don't ever want to hear the word spleen again after listening to Patrick. So now Patrick has his first date with Anu. She's 32. She is a Christian who is Christian. Pat compliments her voice and says that it makes him feel safe. She has a Nigerian background. On the second date, Anu tells Patrick that his father is Jamaican and his mother is Nigerian. So they both have the Nigerian background in common. His mom had immigrated from Nigeria. No, actually, Anu's mom immigrated from Nigeria and now works for the government, and she owns her own home. And Patrick compliments, feeling great around her, and he thinks that she's amazing. Now we go over to our Indian baddies. This is the first date between Sarovar and Cal. Sarovar's 29. She's an Indian girl who has only had experience dating Indian men. She is a co-owner of a medical business. Cal, 32, compliments her name, saying he loves how unique it was. He co-owns the gym. Sarovar mentions going to the gym as well. That is part of her daily routine. So they both have their love for fitness in common. So now we go on the second date with Sarovar and Cal. And Cal says he's not very good with change and he prefers routine. Cal shares how his brother has been sober for 12 months and got married and turned his life around. And now he's been sober for 2 years, and Sarovar really admired his vulnerability. Now we go on to the third date with Sarovar and Cal, and Sarovar said she had a happy childhood, but around 8 years ago, things changed when her parents divorced. She enjoyed having Christmases with her family, but now that the family is divided, they don't have their Christmases together anymore. Of course, she has an Indian background. Cal's parents were also divorced around the time he was 18 at his first year of university. That's what they call it in the UK, or college. He said that his mother is English and his father is Pakistani. And according to history, the Pakistanis and the Indians have had bad blood. So them being together is really kind of like a conflict between the countries, but they're willing to put the cultural divide to the side so that they can find love with each other. And that's the end of episode 1. I'll be back for episode 2 review. Y'all stay tuned to season 2 reviews of Love is Blind UK.